ascend, the universe will marvel to see the ultimate Saiyan potential once again realized. And I will be legendary.
Okay, first of all, welcome to the potential birth of the God Team. Now, today I'm going to go through a rundown so you can potentially get the grasp of the so-called power-up technique. Now, it's easier if I talk and run through exactly what goes through my head and my mind so you get a rough idea of how you can potentially unlock it and harness it for yourself. So, without further ado, let's go. So, this, when I started, when I was a teenager, as such. I lost my baby cat, lost her on Valentine's Day, and sometime later, I was in math class and whatnot, and just going through my head, wasn't the fact that I lost her, wasn't the fact that some bastard purposely ran her down and killed her, right? It was the fact that I could have done more, I could have defended it, I could have, because it was during the night, I could have just kept her inside, so I felt like I failed her and all that and such. So then all those feelings, all those emotions were getting across, like coming through me, and then I just started to somewhat shake, fisticuffs clench, right? And then just next thing I knew, I stood up, the desk fell back, and then the table knocked over, and then just class was like, what's going on? And I'm just like, that's why I was like, oh, maybe go to a different area. So that's when I first tapped into it and such like that. Right? So now we go to present day.
So the items around you were rattling, your energy was
Well,
the table
I was sitting down on the desk.
Yeah.
When I stood up, the desk chair fell back.
Yeah.
And then with my legs, I don't know, I pushed
Raw
the
energy.
table over and such.
Yeah.
I just found myself, I was standing here, standing in the midst, and I was like, or something along those lines. I was full on yelling. The other students, they tried to copy me, but they were like, shaking, like they couldn't get the gist of it. Obviously it was Dragon Ball Z influence, that, right? So, let's go to present day. What was going through my head, let's say, last year, the COVID hit, all that shit. First I wasn't awake, I wasn't aware of all the bullshit. So, for the first time ever, for example, of all the years I've voiced the Prince and all that, and been the Prince, I never lost my voice or anything of the sort. I just found myself completely losing my voice and whatnot. And then there was an asshole, one of the bosses, was trying to show me the ropes. I was like, listen, I'm trying to keep up as best as I can, all that. Literally was like trying to work for the Frieza army. Little rat tail freaking me, mine with Frieza itself, right? Yeah. So we went to a building, and because my head wasn't all clear, accidentally triggered a bloody alarm. No big deal of sorts, but went back to the gatehouse. I went to the bathroom, and I heard that prick talking pretty much behind my back, criticizing me and whatnot. So I was there. Yeah. The worst kind of people, like, be.
Freeze and stomach in the face.
Yeah. So then I'm like, fuck you. I could always like punch you in the face, knock you out, but then that was my career, my job, whatever. Working full time. I'm like, no. I'm gonna prove myself. And then, I rose up pretty much on the ranks. Everyone underestimated me, of course. They always do. And then I earned the respect and all that. And then pretty much not so much picked on and whatever, right? So that was continuing and moving on. Then, one day I was finishing my patrols, my shift, as such per se. And then, I just felt like this force was knocking me down. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I rose up, went back to the gatehouse, and I'm like, look, stay here. The other boss was working. You go do pick up, I'll stay here, man the thing, right?
Yes.
And then he's like, why are you raising your voice at me and all that? And I'm like, look, the way I'm feeling, I'm trying to express, have to get my point across somehow, right?
Yeah.
He complied, but he came back and then had some words and all that. And then all of a sudden I felt like, oh, my chest is up, you know? I felt like I was getting a heart attack, but really it was like panic attack, stress, anxiety, all the shit I had to put up with, right? So I went home, well, I drove myself home somehow, all that, you know, praying to God, all that such. And then he got me home. And family member took me to the thing. So then, that was fine. Ultimately what happened, those bastards, they got me because of the whole mask thing. So, because I didn't, you know, I didn't want to bloody, I was using a bandana, but then it was like,
Fuck the mask.
yeah, they were trying to enforce the surgical mask.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not signing this, I'm not doing that. So they ousted me out, ultimately because of that shit. So then, once again, found myself out of a job, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna fight this, you know, it's not gonna be like the past and all that.
Yeah.
So there's that. So what happened then, I don't know, like last year was weird health-wise. I was like, oh, didn't experience all that shit since I was a kid. Because one time I went to Italia when I was a toddler, and then ultimately I almost died there. And then somehow, miraculously, I recovered. Such like that.
Same genes.
Yeah, I haven't felt that since then. I'm like, what's going on this year? You know, it's like, and then out of job, trying to combat, you know, unfair dismissal, all that shit. I found myself even more anxiety, burning armpits, burning all over my body and all that. I'm like,
What'd you do?
yeah,
What happened?
yeah. And then I got the sickest I have been since, toddler, where mucus every second, spitting out mucus. And so it was like to the point of verging of like death, like the prince on Namek, you know, the prince who was struck down and all that.
Yeah, beam through the chest.
Yeah. Well, I was getting all that sensation from my chest. So yeah, all that is pretty much what drives me.
Yes. That's it.
All those feelings, all those emotions, all those experiences is what drives me. It drives me to get my power out.
Yes.
Channels.
That's it.
So now we can get that at any time.
Okay.
Demonstrate.
How do we do it?
You get the
How do
pad.
we stand?
Hold the pad.
How you stand doesn't really
Your
matter.
shoulders down,
Stand where
go up.
I am. The fist, and it's like you can see your finger now and you can see using that. Really, you know, you're really pressing hard. Yeah. And then it's like a push. You feel like a push. Yeah. You can feel like a sensation in your power. Yeah, it's good. Just feel like the atmosphere, the breeze around you, all that. Yeah, the grunts, the yelling, yeah, those are necessities. So you can test it this way. You punch that as normal, right?
Punch
And you
this.
feel, oh yeah, you
Yeah.
feel the force. Then you get the power technique.
Yeah.
Then you test to see, you should feel
The improvement.
more in strength.
Yeah, the increase in strength, the power.
So that's how. It's a key. It's like a force, like a sensation. You don't just yell for the sake of it.
The Iron Prince needs to demonstrate the punching techniques.
Give us a blitz.
You've only powered up a small portion.
That's across. So left, right, yeah. That's it, right now. That's good, that's good. Touch this. Alright. Now power up.
Just starting to awaken.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
What about an elbow?
Ah,
Really turn that hip. Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
Left leg. Right leg. Yeah, nice, bro. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's Australia. Push kick and cuts.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, knee. Yeah, get the knees in.
My nutsack. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, bang. Nice, man. That's it. Push. Nice.
You want me to power up first?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can power up.
You can
I'll,
try.
I'll let you do it.
I don't know if you'll do it.
I could do first we do without power up and then after.
Yeah,
Power
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Let's go, Prince.
Punch gloves. Yeah, let's go. Just punches, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's what you need. That's it.
I'm strong, I'm strong. Yeah. Ah. Nice. Yeah. 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 Ah. Yeah. Don't hold back. Ah. Yeah. Oh. Nice.
You okay?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Nice.
That's it. Move your feet. Don't get stuck in the mud. Strong hands.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Breather.
Yeah, yeah.
Do power up. Nice.
Good, man. You're actually like a lot stronger than you look. You're like, she's pretty like dense.
Oh, yeah?
Dense.
I ain't the prince for nothing.
The Iron Prince.
Do you do weights? Do you
Uh,
weight train?
Used to go gym or somewhat.
What about
Now it's all about
push-ups?
the weight test. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably why. Get that going strong.
I'll give you a rundown. When I do the outside training,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, another.
It's
That's
slippery.
nice.